Dear students, welcome to Ram Sudhir's IAS Academy. Now, this is a new video which I am doing, which is called as Clarify Concepts. So, Clarify Concepts is something like in every chapter, when we are preparing for the prelims exam, there may be some confusing things. So, in these videos, we are going to address only these confusing things which are important and related to that particular chapter. So, I am going to start up with national income chapter, where there can be some problems which we ignore while regular sessions are going on, or when we are reading we keep neglecting these things, and at times these can come up in the exam. So my logic of this video is basically to cover these things which are generally not covered in our UPSC preparation or the general discussion which goes outside. Okay, so let's go ahead and understand. So in this chapter, basically my focus would be on clarifying some concepts of national income through a question format. Let's see how we do it. Now this is basically the basic diagram or the flow of income diagram, which clearly shows the way of calculating national income. Okay, so if we observe here, one is let's take an example where we have one firm and one household. So in this particular case, whatever spending is done by the firm, basically, okay, so this spending done by the firm, the firm goes ahead and produces products, and whatever products the firm produces is only for this household, because I am making one assumption here that this is a closed economy, so there is no trade. Second, there is no government, because just an assumption that government is not there, so taxes are not collected. And third, you have only one household and one firm. So in this particular case, for this firm, whatever is the factor services needed are going to be provided by this particular household. For example, for the firm to exist, we need land, we need labor, we need capital, and we need an entrepreneur who will take the risk. So all these are going to come from this household, and in return the firm has to make some factor payments. For land, the factor payment is something like the rent as well as royalty. Royalty is basically when there is a concept of profit sharing. For entrepreneurship, it is profit. For capital, it is interest, and for land, it is wages. So whatever the total output here is basically our income method which we use for calculation of national income. Similarly, whatever goods that are produced by this firm are consumed by this household only, because since there is one firm and one household. So these goods and services which are produced, that is the output method, are consumed by this household. Similarly, the household is going to spend money, okay, and to consume these goods from this particular firm. So if we are calculating a total national income at this level, we are at this point we are calling it as the consumption method. At this point we are calling it as the income method, and at this point we are calling it as the output or the production method. So this I'm not going to extend this diagram more. The only logic here is when we talk about the income method, okay, so we say the net domestic product at the factor cost will be equal to something like the compensation to employees, that is nothing but the wages, plus we have consumption of fixed capital. Consumption of fixed capital is basically depreciation, plus we have operating surplus or mixed income. So here one word which I am trying to clarify is the concept of mixed income. So what is this mixed income as such? Okay, so this mixed income is basically earning from more sources, one or more sources. For example, a doctor is working in a clinic, he is the labor, he is the entrepreneur, it is his own building is running his cleaning. So that means he is getting income from more than one source. So then we use it as mixed income. So mixed income is also included in the national income calculation. That is understanding. Now let's go ahead with our discussions in terms of received from abroad. So this defines the important aspects. Now, which of the following will be included in the national income calculation? This is what we are going to focus in this video, because there are some confusions when we think of certain things not being included, certain things being included in the national income calculation. So the school fees paid by students. So school fees paid by students is included in the national income because it is part of consumption. So in the expenditure method of calculation of national income, our formula goes in the form of consumption plus investment plus government spending plus net exports. Net export is X minus M. X is export, M is import. So, this is the formula. Okay. So, purchase of new shares of a domestic firm, this is very important. Purchase of new shares of a domestic firm will not be included in the national income calculation, because share market or financial transaction happens basically, there is nothing like new goods nor services that are produced. It is only a transfer of ownership from one entity to another entity. There is nothing like productive goods nor services rendered, and therefore, purchase of new shares will not be included. Third, received from abroad will not be included in the national income, because gifts or transfers, these are called as transfer payments. Transfer payments are those payments which are one-sided transfers, whether it is gifts, whether it is scholarships given by government, whether it is unemployment allowance given by government, where there is no good nor service that is rendered, and therefore gifts are not included in our calculation of national income, because gifts are not part of NFIA also. Gifts are not part of factor income, net factor income from abroad. Furniture purchased by household, yes, it is included, it is part of the final consumption of the households, and therefore this is included in the calculation of national income. Let's go to the next slide here. Payment of fees to the lawyer engaged by a firm. Now, this is a tricky question. See, payment of fees to the lawyer engaged by a firm. So, this firm is an independent entity, and when we are calculating the output of this firm, or when we use this gross value addition, we have to remove the entities or the intermediary consumption. So, this payment of fees to the lawyer engaged by a firm, this is an intermediate consumption for the firm, and therefore, this intermediate consumption will not be included in the calculation of national income. It is very important. So, it is not included in the calculation of national income. Rent-free house to an employee by an employer. Now, though it is rent-free, it is given by the employer to employee. It is part of compensation to employees. It is part of the wages of the compensation to employees, and therefore it is included in the national income. Very important. Purchases by foreign tourists. This was already asked in the exam already in 2010. So, purchases by foreign tourist, whatever, suppose a foreign tourist is buying some food material, etc., in Delhi or in Hyderabad, etc., it will be treated as export, and this export is part of our X, which is part of the national income calculation. So, this will be included in the national income calculation. Let's go ahead. Now, payment of bonus by a firm. Now, this payment of bonus by a firm will be included in the national income calculation. Why it will be included? Because this payment of bonus is also compensation to employees, and that is the reason it is included in the calculation of national income. Now, another important one here, payment of interest on loan taken by employee from employer. Now, payment of interest on a loan taken by an employee from employer, this will not be included in the national income, because this is not for producing some good or services, it is mainly for consumption. This is not leading to any production of good or services, and that is the reason this interest on loan taken by an employee from employer will not be included in the calculation of national income. Interest paid by banks on deposits by individual. Now, this interest paid by banks on deposits by individual will be included in the national income, because it is a kind of factor income. So, bank is a firm which is rendering a service, and this is part of the factor income, and that is the reason interest paid by banks on deposits by individuals will be included in the national income calculation. Next one, national debt interest. This is the debt interest paid by the government on the public debt. This will not be included in the national income, because here government is mainly borrowing money by issuing some bonds, etc., to bridge its deficits for its consumption, for government's consumption. It is not producing any goods nor services, and that is the reason national debt interest is seen as transfer income. The interest which the public is getting on this public debt. So here national debt interest is the interest paid by the government on the public debt. Now this loan taken by government is for consumption or reducing deficits. There is no good nor service that is rendered, and therefore it is not part of the national income calculation. Expenditure on education on children by a family. Now this is included in the national income calculation because it is part of the private consumption. The C plus I, it is part of the consumption. Similarly, a new house that is purchased is going to be part of the national income because it is part of I, which is investment. Okay, or you use the word gross capital formation or gross fixed capital formations, which includes dwellings also. So payment of electricity bill by a school, this payment of electricity bill by a school is not included because if we see a school as an out firm, this payment of electricity bill is an intermediate consumption by the school and which has to be deducted in the GVA calculation, and therefore it is not included in the national income. Family members working free on the farm owned by the family. Now this is very important. This is included in the national income calculation. The imputed value though will be included in the calculation. The family members working free on the farm owned by the family, the imputed values will be included in the national income calculation. The farmer who is producing for his own consumption will also be included in the national income calculation. The output method, it will be included in the national income calculation. I hope I was successful in terms of clearing some of your doubts in this particular chapter. I will be coming up with few more videos in the subsequent days. Please do subscribe. Signing off. Thank you.